U25 News Now weekends at 5:30.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Amaya Norman. 2 people are dead after a small private plane went down in Wharton County Saturday night. Officials say it happened around 8 p.m. near County Road 382 and Ward Street in the town of Louise, southwest of Houston. Investigators say the plane appeared to stall midair before trying to land and crashing. So far, the victims have not been identified. The FAA is on the scene and the National Transportation Safety Board will take the lead in investigating the cause of the crash. And a Seadrift resident has some complaints for the city after a major life-changing injury on a city property. 25 News Now reporter Trenton Whiting joined us to share the story. Trenton.
Yes, Amaya, James Wallagora was tending to a situation many in Seadrift have struggled with, maintaining city property that was connected to his own property. After slipping and falling with a lawnmower that landed on his foot, the 64-year-old is now dealing with a devastating injury. Here's more. In front of many homes in Seadrift are these ditches, giving rain a place to collect off of the street. Many residents complain the city doesn't do enough to maintain the grass in these areas, leading people to tend them as part of their own lawns.
The older folks and myself, we try to keep our properties clean, try to cut the grass and try to maintain that property too, which would be the city's property to maintain.
That's what James Wallagora was doing before he was struck by a crisis.
It was a total accident and happened so fast I didn't even realize what was going on until it was over with, and I ended up losing 2 toes.
Wallagora needed several surgeries as he continues to commute to San Antonio for treatment. He depends on assistance from his community members for his daily activities, and his life may never recover much from this.
You know, it's going to affect me for the rest of my life.
He's now asking questions of the city that many have asked. Who is responsible for maintaining these ditches? Are they up to code? Wallagora says he may consider finding attorneys to ask those questions in court.
Going to be checking in on attorneys. Actually, I'm doing that right now and seeing if I can't get something done here. They are accountable for it because it is city property.
We've reached out to Lynn Engineering and the city of Seadrift to find out the story behind these ditches that have sparked significant controversy in the city. We're waiting to hear back, but it's a concerning situation for Seadrift residents, especially after seeing it become the cause of a devastating injury. The city is set to respond to potential legal action by Wallagora, but we're waiting on an official response from them to find out exactly how they plan on addressing this situation. Amaya?
And that will lead us to your viewer poll this afternoon. Should cities be responsible for maintaining property next to private land? And so far in the lead at 97% is yes, 0% is no, and it depends at 3%. But we will still love to hear from you. Just go over to our website at crossroadstoday.com/vote, and we will have the latest here on 25 News Now at 10. Now let's go to Trey Mining with the first look at our forecast. Trey, give us any update if we're going to have cooler weather this week or is going to be more hot?
More hot pretty much is going to be the case for us here, and more rain showers and storms also in the forecast as well as we get toward later in the week. Currently on the outside, sunny skies in Victoria looking nice, 89 degrees with southerly winds a little gusty near 20 miles per hour, and the humidity levels beginning to continue to increase as well. And looking at the current radar, seeing a few rain showers up there near Wharton Ocampo beginning to fade away now, and a few earlier in the city of Victoria and now near Goliad. Pretty quiet for the rest of the night, losing the daytime heat. More storms forming along the coast early tomorrow morning, working their way inland with a good rain chance. Better rain chances coming up by midweek as the cold front nears our region. Will it affect our temperatures any? It sure give us better rainfall chances, that's for sure. We'll give the details later on in the full forecast to come. Back to you, Amaya.
Thank you, Trey. Thousands of mourners from across the country paying their respect to political activist Charlie Kirk. President Trump and other White House officials on hand in Glendale, Arizona. ABC's Jacqueline Lee spoke with those in attendance as security measures were heightened to the same level as the Super Bowl.
Tens of thousands gathering for today's memorial service for conservative activist Charlie Kirk at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
People want to mourn. They want to mourn for Erica and her children. They want to mourn for Charlie.
Mourners coming in from around the country to pay their respects.
I think it's important to, in honoring Charlie Kirk's legacy, support free speech and support the right to be able to speak openly without fear of violence.
As he left the White House this morning, heading to the memorial, President Trump praising his friend who was gunned down on September 10th during an event at Utah Valley University.
It's had a tremendous influence for a young man that did a great job. He did a tremendous job, and he had a hold on youth because they loved him, they respected him.
ABC's Matt Rivers inside State Farm Stadium.
And I've spoken to a lot of people since we came here hours and hours ago who are feeling very emotional.
Homeland Security had designated the memorial as a SEER Level 1 event, the highest security designation.
We've handled several Super Bowls, we've handled several major concert and sporting events, but nothing to this level. But the good news is we know how to handle big events and we handle them well.
31-year-old Kirk founded the organization Turning Point USA at the age of 18, rising to become one of the most prominent conservative voices in the country. His wife Erica has been elected to become the new CEO of the organization. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Phoenix, Arizona.
An investigation is underway after at least 2 people were killed in a mass shooting in Indianapolis early Sunday morning. Police say 5 others were wounded and 3 of the victims are in critical condition. 2 victims were pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the shooting happened in a parking lot. Police also say at least 1 person was detained, but it's unclear if they were arrested. A Texas mother has been arrested after her 2 children died after being left in a hot car Saturday. Police say she's facing charges of injuries to a child.
Already been taken inside the residence.
Several Bexar County deputies responded to a call about 2 children left in a hot car. We now know both children died. One was a 3-year-old little girl and the other was a 6-year-old little boy with autism. However, Sheriff Javier Salazar says he's not sure how this happened.
The initial report was that the children were left in the car. However, I can tell you, without going into too much detail, unfortunately I'm not able to go into too much detail, there just are some inconsistencies with the story that we're being given.
About how long do you believe the kids were in the car for?
The last time the mom reports having seen the children was about 10 o'clock this morning when she fell asleep. And then around 3 o'clock is when the children were found, reportedly.
A medical examiner made it to the scene, but we're still waiting on a confirmed answer as to how the 2 children died. Sheriff Salazar says the mother is speaking with deputies as a person of interest, and she's not currently a suspect. Considering the initial call for help was about children being left in a hot car, we reached out to University Health's Director of Injury Prevention about why children being left in vehicles is life-threatening.
In a matter of 10, 20 minutes, it can skyrocket an additional 20 degrees. And so if it's already 90 degrees outside, a vehicle can spike up to 120. And when a vehicle has been outside for some time, we have seen temperatures as high as 160, 180 inside of a vehicle.
If you come upon a child locked in a car, make every intent to open the doors initially. If they're locked, at that point, it's safe to say, break a window, do whatever you have to do to get that kid out of there.
A Bible-based national tour makes a stop in Victoria, aiming to help others learn about the teaching of Jesus. The Messiah Mansion is an actual-size replica of the sanctuary built by the Hebrews to worship God. Now in its 30th year, the message of Messiah Mansion is still to educate and ultimately bring more people to Christ.
As you read the Bible, you are going to see the sanctuary language all the way from Genesis all the way through the book of Revelation. And people just read it, they don't really realize it, but when they come and see it, now they can picture what they're reading when they're reading the scriptures. So that's why we enjoy doing this.
The Messiah Mansion will be available for tours through Sunday, September 28th between 1 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. on the grounds of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, located at 3103 Mockingbird. Church leaders recommend visiting the Messiah Mansion website to book a tour time. All tours are free of charge.